What's going on, YouTube? Dannydecks here. So I got my webcam in, which is cool. Unfortunately, I do look a little bit tired and beat up. I have a 3-month-old, so sleep isn't something you get 8 hours straight of anymore. But you know, it is what it is. I'm wearing a toque because I'm in Canada. It's cold. No, honestly, it's because my hair is all messed up. I've been having a rough day. So this is my second attempt at this recording. The first time, I didn't realize my webcam had a mic built in, so I recorded the whole video and then realized that it was echoing, and that's not good. Nobody wants echoing stuff, so I had to delete it, and now I'm redoing it. Hopefully this is better. I got a lot of positive comments and feedback on my first video, and rather than not upload today, I know my deck is going to be a little bit scuffed. I didn't have a lot of time to really prepare it properly. Excuse me. And unfortunately, Kindred is really not as good as you would think. I mean, everybody that's played the game knows Kindred's not that good, but I'll go over some of the reasons why Kindred's a little bit weak, and maybe I can highlight why Kindred's poo-poo. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into my deck. So I'm running a Kindred Pantheon list. I called it Failure because ultimately I felt like it failed. I've tried several iterations of this deck. In the first video, I was running a Ledros Atrocity combo, and the only games I won were because of the combo. So after scrapping the video, I pretty much scrapped the deck, and I'm taking a different approach at it. I could have played on the normal ladder as opposed to ranked, but I feel like normal's a little bit disingenuous because a lot of people don't care on normal. They surrender for no reason. They AFK, or they're playing decks that are worse than this. So I do want to be able to play on the ranked ladder and give you a good idea of the champions. So on paper, Kindred seems pretty good, right? First time you slay a unit each round, you mark the weakest enemy, and then at the end of the round, the enemy that's marked dies. In practice, though, Kindred is terrible. So there's so many things wrong with this card. I'll go over a couple of them. For one, if they override the marked unit, you don't actually get the credit for it. So it doesn't count as killing a unit with mark if they have 6 units on the board and then they play a unit over the unit that's marked, which technically it's considered an obliterate, but still, if they kill their own unit with like a Glimpse Beyond or any sort of spell, then same idea, you don't get credit for it. Kind of stinks. If you're attacking in with multiple things at the same time, all they really do is just block with the marked unit, or the unit that will be marked in combat, and you do get credit for it, but it doesn't really have the same effect that you're hoping for. What else? The card's just a lightning rod. That's another thing. So basically, the second you play Kindred, they kill it, and if they don't kill it right away, as soon as you mark something, they kill it, so you really don't even get to use its effect. On extremely fringe, rare cases, you do level up your Kindred, and when Kindred is leveled, it is kind of the same. It's technically powerful, it can be powerful, but it suffers the same problems. So you will get the odd game where you'll play Kindred, it'll stay on the board, and you'll get it huge, but you know, ultimately that doesn't really happen too often. It does have quick attack, so it is a unit you can attack with often, but you do usually want to just protect your Kindred. So we'll just go over this attempt at the list. So I'm running Kindred with Pantheon. The first idea was more of a self-sacrifice deck because cards like Glimpse Beyond, when you kill an ally to draw 2, it does proc Kindred slay ability, so it will mark a unit, and it will also progress Pantheon's level. So there's a whole Shadow Isles package like that, where you can kill your own stuff, and it will progress Pantheon's level, and it will also act as a slay to activate your Kindred. Unfortunately, a lot of the self-kill units are pretty much gutted. They really kind of killed this package. Like this card is terrible now. A 4/2 just gets traded up by every 1-drop in the game essentially, and it just wasn't very good. So as I said, the games I did win were basically Ledros Atrocity, and at that point I can have played any set of cards and hit Ledros Atrocity and win. So I took Ledros out of the deck because I wanted to feature Kindred. Whether or not it succeeds, you know, at least maybe you'll see why it's a bad card. So I ended up going with the Faded package here. I went with Gift Giver 2 of as a 1-drop because I want to create gems in hand. I want to progress my Pantheon. Sage Seeker as my 1-drop. Personally, I actually am not a huge fan of this card in the Pantheon shells. The reason for that is I think that on turn 1, you don't really want to buff this on turn 2, right? So you play it on turn 1, and like I'm just talking like a separate Pantheon deck, right? So you'll play this on turn 1. Turn 2, you don't really want to buff it because you want to play your Wounded White Flame on turn 3. So you don't want to play Wounded White Flame naked. You want to have mana to buff your Wounded White Flame on 3, so you likely will just skip 2. So this card ends up just being a 1/2 in the Pantheon decks. At least that's how I feel about it. I may be wrong. I have seen them grow out of control, sure, but ideally I don't think it's that great. But in this deck, it works pretty well because you have the Gift Giver to generate gems, my boy the Goat to generate gems, and I'm not really playing too hard for the Wounded White Flame. I do have it in here, and the great part about it is my curve can go something like Saga Seeker on 1 into the Mask Mother. So Mask Mother actually is pretty cool in this deck. It's probably the coolest card, or it's got the best interactions, I find. So you can Mask Mother your Saga Seeker on 2, and you gain the Faded keyword. Also, if you had, some extra mana, let's say, you could proc the Faded on the unit, Mask Mother it. It gains Faded, but it doesn't have the consumed proc, so you can technically Faded twice. So Mask Mother is great. You could go, Saga Seeker into Mask Mother, or you could play, whatever you get, and you can just use the Mask Mother to consume your Wounded White Flame, and now you have a third keyword, which would be the Fearsome from the Mask Mother. Overall, pretty good card. Pale Cascades, pretty straightforward. It's a buff card. It helps target units, and it draws, so it's a bit of protection, it's a bit of pump, and it's some draw. I'm running 1 copy of Song of the Isles. This can act as a save your butt in a emergency situation, just to give yourself lifesteal. But mostly it's there to do a combo, something like, Song of the Isles onto your White Flame, and then you eat it with the Mask Mother, and then you have permanent lifesteal and all the other stuff. So I'm running just 1 copy. It's kind of niche, but I thought it was spicy. I like to usually add 1 copy of a spicy card into my decks, and previously I had Sumpworks Map in my Elise Spiders deck, and that seems to work out pretty good. Running 2 copies of Sunblessed Figure. As I said, Kindred is a lightning rod. This also progresses Pantheon, and it acts as a protection against any units I have on the board. So overall, it's an okay card. I'm only running 2 copies because since it only does give defense, it doesn't really... I don't know. I just didn't really have room to run 3, to be honest. And not giving attack is pretty big, right? Like, if I want a combo trick with any non-faded unit, this doesn't really let me trade up. It just protects. Vile Feast, 3 of. Vile Feast is amazing. It gives you a sacrifice outlet for the likes of Mask Mother, Glimpse Beyond. It helps kill stuff occasionally with the Kindred, so it can proc your Kindred. You can kill your own units with it to proc your Kindred. It gives you 1 health back. It gives you a chump blocker. Vile Feast is just a great card. Wounded White Flame, same idea. It's just a faded card. It does get really big really quick, so this card can just run away with the game. Running 3 copies of Zenith Blade. Originally, I was running 2. I tried a couple different versions of this deck with, 0 even at some points. But I found Zenith Blade's pretty good. It lets you cycle through your deck, so you can eliminate potentially drawing it if you do play it as a Sunbreak, so it draws itself. And giving Overwhelm is great, because a lot of our units can get big. White Flame, the Mask Mother, even Pantheon already has Overwhelm, and Kindred. So Kindred, one of the big problems with Kindred is it does have quick attack, and as I said earlier, what will happen if you go into combat with multiple units is they will just block your Kindred with their weakest unit. So essentially, you're not really getting any value out of the marked target. So with Zenith Blade on your Kindred, it actually becomes a threat. So a quick attack Overwhelm is significantly more dangerous than just regular old quick attack. Pantheon, pretty straightforward. I'm just trying to level up my Pantheon and do Pantheon things. He's a cool card. I really like him, and I would like to explore him in a better deck than this, but for the time being, we'll just mess with him here. I'm running 2 copies of Bastion. Bastion gives you the spell shield. This is mainly to protect my Kindred and my Pantheon, as well as protection for Atrocity. So, Kindred, Once again, Lightning Rod. The second you play this card, they will kill it with everything they have. Bastion does help give you a little extra layer of protection with that spell shield. It acts as a pump as well for your Pantheon level up, or just your Pantheon. So, pretty straightforward Bastion. I mean, it's one of those cards I wish I could run 3 copies of, but it's just, 4 mana, it's too expensive to do that. It's pretty situational. I wish there were better spell shield effects for cheaper, but that might just be a little bit OP. So, yeah. Running 2 copies of Atrocity. Atrocity actually synergizes quite well in this deck because it activates your Kindred mark by killing a unit, and it also targets, so it levels up your Pantheon, as well as acting as a finisher. So if you do get like a leveled up Pantheon, and he's got like Elusive or something, and you get in for a huge hit, you can Atrocity. You could, you know, Bastion yourself and then Atrocity to protect yourself from any sort of, you know, removal while it's on the stack. And occasionally Kindred, as I said, will get very big, so Atrocity on Kindred can work out. We also have 1 copy of Vengeance. This is one of those cases where, like, I just need Vengeance, right? Like, you need to have a way to kill units. I would like to run more copies of Vengeance, but I just can't really justify it. It's too high up on the curve, and drawing multiple Vengeances feels bad, as well as it's a heavy card to play. But in the current meta, at least what I've been facing on ladder, Vengeance is very effective. Surprisingly, I ran into a whole bunch of Zoe Lee, which I hate facing that deck. It's a fun deck to play. I have it, I play it, and it's great to play. It's awful to play against. And Vengeance helps out that matchup a little bit, assuming they don't have Deny. Yeah, it's not Negate. Negate's a magic. Deny, yeah. So as long as they don't have Deny, you know, Vengeance can kill Lee. Vengeance kills other Wounded White Flames or just anything. It kills a unit. If the unit doesn't have Spell Shield, boom, he's dead. That's basically the deck. Let's get into some games, and hopefully it performs well. So I did get some, as I said, I got some feedback, so I got some non-copyright lo-fi hip-hop mix going on, and drown out the silence a little bit. Normally, I would like to upload, you know, quality competitive decks. Even if they're a little bit in the meme tier, I do want them to be good, but rather than skip a day, I do need to practice creating content, so I figured we'll just go with this. So, I apologize, this deck is definitely not competitive. Do not take it on the ladder the way I am. You most likely will not climb with it. However, it is kind of cool when it works. It's fun, right? Like when you do actually get Kindred, and Kindred's killing stuff every round, it's great. So, this is a mono Pantheon. I'm not really quite sure what he's up to. Vile Feast is probably a dead card in this matchup because none of his units are going to have 1 health, and anytime they do have 1 health, they'll just get pumped. So I'll just skip on the Vile Feast. I'm considering keeping the Pantheon because I'm afraid I won't hit any units, but we're just going to take the chance. A Goat. Goat's cool. Okay with Goat, actually. Goat will generate me a gem. If he does play the Saga Seeker on 1, my Goat will trade me, most likely. Alright, cool.
I will die when I am ready.
I'm actually going to change my board to the Halloween board next game. This is a Halloweener deck. Fortunately, I don't have too many boards. Oh, there's not really that many boards I really like, to be quite honest. I'll trade Goat for Goat. I'm assuming he's going to probably play a White Flame here. Oh, I got one too. Haha. I see your Wounded White Flame, and I raise your line. Unfortunately, he can gem his, it'll go to 4, and I can't trade into it, so I'll just let it be. So I'm going to just take 4. Here's what it is. For God's sake. We're going to gem our White Flame. Now, because he's in Demacia, he has Sharp Sight, so Sharp Sight will always let him go bigger than us, so I'm just going to play the gem and pass. See what he's up to. I mean, I would like to Cascade just to cycle, but I don't know if that's quite worth it. A Zenith Blade. Alright. I think instead of cycling, I'm actually just gonna draw some cards. So I'm not gonna cycle with this. I will just draw two.
A good death.
Alright. So he is a big dragon. That's what Vengeance is for, though. Vengeance is specifically for that. So I can't play it this turn. I most likely won't play it next turn either. I'll play it the turn following. So on 7 mana, I'll play the Vengeance. A second one? Holy cow, man. Slow down, buddy. Slow down. Geez, I don't know. Do I want to take 8? 8 seems like quite a bit to take. Maybe I just throw a Wounded White Flame to the wolves. Might be the right call. I can do that. What's my Pantheon at? Pantheon's at 1. It'll go to 2. His is up 3. Why is his all fancy? Oh, he's got the golden Pantheon. This guy goes hard. Yeah, I'll probably use a Sunblessed Figure to progress my Pantheon. Maybe not. Maybe that's a waste. Like, I could put this at 7, which would mean I only take 1 from this. Is that worth it? Maybe I just take the 8. Maybe just take an 8 is the way to go. And it's not like he runs Atrocity, right? So, yeah, we'll go this route. That's fine. I'll just take 8. That feels real bad, but that's okay. Like, I do have the Vengeance, so this thing won't get too much more out of hand. I'm assuming his hand is probably pretty bricked because he played double Zenith on this. Alright, we'll go with the Pantheon. Nah, do we? Yeah, sure.
By my spear, the gods will know war.
So if I play the Vigor, I'll just attack.
Lead, we must.
Just get in with the Pantheon. Another Zenith. All right. Do I can't really kill that anyways. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe, do I want to grant Pantheon some buffs? Like, do I want Pantheon to start going off? I could just do that. I think I'm going to buff this guy, actually. I think that's better. So it seems a little bit odd, but this way, at least if he tries to go for a single combat, I can Pale Cascade to protect this. As well as I can block his 4/7, because I'm planning to kill his 8/7 anyways. Alright, sure. So, I think he's probably going to open attack. If I was him, maybe not. I don't know if he open attacks here. That's a tough call. His Pantheon's at 3. Oh, it's at 4, so his Pantheon levels here. I'm in a lot of trouble. I am in a lot of trouble. Alright, well, okay. We'll go like this. This, and like this. Seems good to me. So he may single combat this, which would at least give him some value for it. Bastion. Oh no. Is that game over? Am I dead? I am dead. Oh, that stinks. Is there anything I can do? No, I can't. Wow. Alright, well, he got me. Good job, buddy. Good game. So unfortunately, game 1. I mean, I don't really expect to win too many of these. But however, the plus is I am getting a little bit better at this. At least I think I am. And we got some LOL-fi beats going on, so it seems like a much better video. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm thinking this will be an improvement. So, steps in the right direction. Alright, GPMF. I can beat this. I can beat these guys. I believe that I can beat these guys. So, oh, he's playing Noxus. No, I made a crucial mistake. This is super duper aggro. Alright, it's possible. I still have faith. I'm not going to die by turn 4.
I never miss.
Actually, I was seeing on Reddit, a lot of people are talking about nerfing the GP Sedge deck. I don't know if I agree with that. I actually like the deck. I think it's fair. It's a good deck, right? Like, it's strong. It's balanced. I don't ever feel like I got cheated when I play that deck. Like when you face like elusives, it makes you just want to rip your hair out, man. Like elusives is so whack. Same with like Rally. Rally feels terrible to play. Whereas like the GP Sedge, not really that bad. Like GP Sedge, you know what they're doing. It's a pretty clear game plan. There's tons of counterplay. You know, you can try to prevent their plunders. There's a lot to it. The odd time you'll get like a bad snag. What are they called? Snag. Oh my god. Oh yoinks! What the heck is my now? My brain. I can't for the life of me. But whatever. Where they steal your card, you know? You'll get like a bad. They steal your card, and it feels bad. Sure. But overall, it's an okay. Like I have no issue with that deck. I think it's fine. And I really don't want to see it gutted. I feel like it's, you know, it's what every tier 1 deck should want to do. You don't like Zed elusives, Poppy elusives, or sorry, the Zed Poppy deck. It was toxic, man. Like that deck is, it's so cheesy. So if I play this here, I don't have enough mana to back it up. So I'm just gonna. Because I'm thinking he might play an Auction Fervor. Yeah, he might be trying to play an Auction Fervor, so I'm just gonna play. If he goes for a GP here, then I have mana now to protect. I could just kill his GP alternatively with Vengeance. Nah, I wanna keep this alive. This is my win con, which is sad because it's a Kindred deck and literally Wounded White Flame is my only hope to win any games. Brutal, man. Oh, I wish you were good. The lore, like, this character is so cool. I think Kindred's such a cool character.
If they don't break, they'll burn.
Alright. Yeah.
Make the Empire proud.
Okay, Kindred, this is your matchup. If there was a matchup where Kindred can potentially be good, this is the Kindred matchup. Alright, I'm gonna save mana. I'm gonna take a beating. What do we got?
On the tree.
Alright, Kindred, you can do this. This marks that guy. I don't really want to mark that guy, do I?
Be still.
Yeah, it is what it is. And I go to 7. Shit, 7 is way too low. 7 is way too low. I have to do this and this.
Hours.
And mark that. Yeah. Alright. Maybe not. Maybe this is a bad play, right? Because then this leaves me vulnerable. This leaves me very vulnerable to, right? Because that, no, man. Problem is, like, if he uses, honestly, I gotta go for it. So I'm thinking he's gonna Noxian Fervor this card, because this is the card Kindred's gonna mark, and then kill my dragon. So it is what it is. At least he's not using it on my face. What's he got? Like, he definitely has Noxian Fervor. He's debating. He doesn't know if he wants to kill Kindred or not. Oh, he went face with it. Okay. Okay.
No! Never.
Alright. We can actually maybe kill him, right? He doesn't have enough. I can maybe kill him this turn right now. So we'll go like this. We can maybe just straight up get him right now.
Keep up,
That sprayed him. What are the odds he can kill my Kindred? Probably pretty good. He just drew most likely a Noxian Fervor-esque card. 12. I'm not representing enough. I really, like, I lose, right? Like, do I just lose here? Because he probably has Decimate. Like, there's a pretty darn good chance he has Decimate. I just I think the best call here is to just shove. Like, this is where,
Why are you
like I
here?
said, like, quick attack just isn't enough for a 5-drop like this. Like,
Gotcha
it's
in
so
my
easy to play around. He's just gonna go like this. He's gonna kill this with Noxian Fervor, shoot my face. He's probably got 2 Decimates in his hand with that Noxian
We
Fervor.
live here.
Aggro always has 2 Decimates in their hand. Oh, he's not. He's just letting me kill him. Maybe there's hope? I don't know. I'm not holding out hope. He's got 2 Decimates. Yep. Typical. Typical aggro. Alright. So, literally my only out is Atrocity, and I am just going for that out. So, I need to be able to Atrocity right away in response. Yes! Alright, we might get it in here. Okay, so, yeah, we might get him here. We might get him. Actually, no, we won't. What am I thinking? What am I smoking here? I'm not gonna get him. There's no way I get him. He's got, I guess it's my only chance. He's got Noxian Fervor in his hand, so it doesn't really matter. Yep, there it is. Alright. Maybe not. Maybe it's a Make It Rain? I don't think he runs Make It Rain. Make It Rain doesn't do enough face damage for an aggro deck. I highly doubt it. He's gotta have Noxian Fervor. It's gotta be. Like, what else could Zap draw him that he's playing? It's like, I'm pretty sure the only spell in this deck is Noxian Fervor that Zap draws, and I think that's the whole point of Zap. Like, why are you slow rolling me, dude? He plays Make It Rain, no! Oh. Holy crap, I won. Right? I do win. I'm pretty sure I win. Yeah, that's a win. Okay, cool. Haha, get wrecked. I'm not sure how I feel about Make It Rain in that deck. I feel like it dilutes your Zap draw, right? Like, the whole point is you want to go super aggro. Make It Rain, it's like 1 damage. I guess it's good in the mirror, maybe? But, yeah. What are we at? 58 minutes. I'll play one more. I'll play one more, and I'll edit out maybe 1 or 2 of the games in post, and hopefully this video is not so long. Another Pantheon deck. Alright. Solo Pantheon. I wonder if somebody made a video on this. This is the second time I'm facing this. Unless it's the same guy. It might be the same guy. Do I trade with that? No, I don't think I do. I think I just take the 3. Do I take the 3? That means he's gonna get 2 gems, right? Do I want to give him 2 gems? Not really, but my alternative is trading my Mask Mother, and I don't think I win that, so I think I gotta play for the win here. So I think my path to victory is to eat my dragon with my Mask Mother. Alright, he has no 1-mana pumps, right? So because he has no 1-mana pumps, he's not going to block this. He might block it with his goat, but he always looks like it. And he's going to pump it now with the jab. Alright, cool. So I'm about to take another beating. Maybe he doesn't block with the goat. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what he's up to. I mean, I can technically bounce him, but...
I've got your
okay,
back.
that's cool. It's actually... Do I play Panth? I play Panth. Yeah, this is a Pantheon.
Cast off your fear and stand as one.
Having that barrier is huge. I'd just
Stand
play
up.
you all day, buddy. Cool. Do I want to develop... Like, do I want to advance this at all? No, I don't think I do. I want to represent some sort of mana, so... We'll chill. We'll chill. Actually, this is kind of spicy. So, using this guy to eat your Pantheon is pretty effective. Unfortunately, he's got a better Wounded White Flame, and he's got better regions than I do, so I don't think I'm going to ever be able to beat this guy. Or at least I won't be able to beat him in the arms race of who gets the bigger dragon thing. However, I will just cycle. I'll cycle through my deck. That's cool. 8. Do I risk? Like, I can run in, I can go in with the Mask Mother and threaten his Drake, but that forces him to pump, and I don't think I win the pump, right? Because if he has 2 spells or even just 1 Sharp Sight, it beats my Bastion. So I'll just chill. I'll just use the Wounded White Flame to block and hope I can eventually draw. See, this is where it's kind of scuffed. Who's attacking first? First, second, right? Yeah, this is. So, I think it's kind of scuffed that you can't use the eye on burst speed spells. I think that's something that they should definitely implement. So, I get to go in there. We're going in. We're actually going to get to hit him with this Mask. Alright, cool. Get wrecked, goat. Okay, we're getting him into Atrocity. The ultimate win condition. Atrocity. The best. Oh god. Alright. So, I have Bastion up, which is great. Bastion mana is always fun times. I actually might just win, right? Because I'm going to go put that guy at 10 plus Bastion. Yeah, I think I'll win.
Death begins your forever fable.
So I can protect against any strikes with the Bastion, and then I can hit him with the Atrocity. He passed. Oh, I don't like that pass because it kind of messes with what I'm trying to do. And I don't like when people mess with what I'm trying to do. We'll go Pantheon.
By my spear, the gods
So
will
basically
know
my game
war.
plan now is Bastion, or Bastion into Atrocity for the win. Which is quite hilarious because it's a Kindred deck, right? And I'm not doing any Kindred stuff.
Who better to accompany me to what's beyond?
Then the demon that thought you dead.
Come out from your shadows,
I just go
demon!
on here with Pantheon.
I'll stop you.
Oh, he's gonna let me hit him for 1 more damage. That actually is legit. That's 2 damage on him, so he is very much dead to Atrocity if, keyword here, if I get it off. Alright. So I'm gonna have to play it cool, right? The thing about Atrocity is you gotta play it cool, right? Like you can't just show your hand. You can't just play Atrocity, so I'm gonna go like this. Oh no, I can't Bastion. Oh shit, I do have to just play Atrocity. Like I'd have to play Bastion into Atrocity. Am I dead? No, I'm not even dead, so I'll pass. If he doesn't want to attack, I don't care. Okay, so he went for Chanting. He loses. This is a loss. See you later, alligator. Actually, no, maybe not. If he hits lifesteal and he has a
We were never fated to bow.
Oh, why you gotta do me so dirty? This is where I go like this. This is 5-head. This is the most 5-head move ever. So I Atrocity first, and he doesn't see the Bastion coming, and then I hit him with the Bastion. So he's gonna try to single combat me, if he has single combat, and then I hit him with the Bastion to protect. Because if I went Bastion first, he would just single combat the Pantheon onto something else. Nice, we took a win. Wow.
Today we stood firm and said, no more.
Alright, need one more. Do I want to end on a win? That's 2 wins in a row. Did I beat that last guy? I won 2 games? No way. Did I win 2 games? I don't know. I must have won 2 games. Alright. Maybe I'll just cut out like the entire beginning and make it look like this deck's amazing. Best deck ever. Best deck ever. Went 2-0. Easy time. But no, that's not right. So this will be my last game. Play this game, last game. Fizz Pantheon. I don't really know what the heck this is. This is gonna be some sort of fizzy, elusive cheese, I guess. I do want to keep Kindred because I don't want all of my wins to just be Atrocity, which maybe I should just take it out of the deck, but it kind of feels dumb to take a card that wins out, right? So, assuming this makes the final cut of the video, I did not go 2-0. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm probably like 2-4 or something like that. Maybe worse. This deck is... Kindred is just not a good champion. I beat that aggro though. I beat... that was my other one. It was the MFGP aggro. I cannot express how much I hate it. Aggro and elusives feel so bad for those two. Like, it's so cheesy. Like, it's the worst. We're just gonna go double champs. I don't want to play the GOAT because I don't think he'll trade his Fizz into my my thingy, but nonetheless, I actually do. So anyways, I don't think he's gonna trade his GOAT into my Fizz, or my GOAT into his Fizz, but just in case, I don't really want to make that hard. I mean, it could be a good trade because I don't really know how important Fizz is to his deck, which it's starting to look like probably pretty important. That's actually not a bad combo. It's kind of interesting. It's a little bit interesting. Does he have another 2-drop?
A little luck for those who need it.
This guy he is on something, for sure. Fortunately, their region doesn't really play removal or good removal. I can't Vile Feast Fizz, right?
Cast off your fear and stand.
I think I can Vile Feast Fizz down the road.
By
Right now,
the gods will know war.
I mean, he can block with Panth. He still takes 2. So
Remember
it's not really a favorable trade, anyways. Doesn't matter. Sure. Like, I got way more value out of my barrier than he did. He still took the overwhelm damage.
Sapphire,
Alright, I'll just mirror what he did. I will buff my Panth. Glimpse Beyond. Okay.
I'm ready.
So it's gonna do me dirty like that. No, that's not so. It's such a whack card. That card is so bad. Playing Flamespear. I guess maybe it's not bad if it works, right? Like, who's to say it's bad if it's working? But I honestly don't think it's very not good card. This trades. I probably full swing. Do I go with Kindred though? That is the question. What does he have in these colors or in these regions that stops me? 3. He's up 1. The crap. See, this is why Kindred, like, Kindred should kill the highest unit. Kindred killing the weakest unit is so scuffed. Like, killing a 1/2 is just so shitty. He doesn't even care if I do that.
Your scars will be repaid in full.
These gems grant a wearer harmony.
Okay. Am I dead next round? Where is he at? He's at 4. He's going to 5. He might actually just straight up kill me next round. So I'm gonna go like this. Is this correct? It doesn't really matter, really, does it? Yeah, I'm looking for the atrocity kill. Woo, man, let's go atrocity!
Never.
Vengeance is pretty good, actually. If I can get him to tap out of mana,
They say these
like, if he spends all his mana, I can probably get him here. I actually think I go for the Vile Feast on Fizz now, because if he wants to commit a combat trick next turn onto this Pantheon at burst speed when he opened attacks, maybe he's only got 1 in his hand, right? Okay. Alright. Sorry. I had to go for that, because there's a chance that he only has the 1, and if he only had the 1, then I can prevent his Panth from just burst speed leveling. So he might just burst speed level his Panth, hit the right stuff, and then it's game over. Like, if his Pantheon hits Spell Shield here, it's pretty much GG. We'll see. Yeah, there is burst speed. Okay, so.
I stand this way, a man against all gods.
Probably he's gonna hit spell shield. I'm not very lucky. He doesn't have it. Huge. That's actually very huge.
Wanna see a trick?
So he's all in here. I'm taking 6. I might just die to Fizz. I'm taking 7 to Fizz, actually. You know what? It is what it is. Okay. So yeah, he might have a second Fizz in hand. Second Fizz in hand also wins. He gets to rally. But I don't have many outs. The only chance I really have here is... Yeah, Fizz kills me, right? No, is that a dead Fizz? No. Oh, it's 2. Yeah, he gets the second one.
His heart beats fast now. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I had an out. My out was a drop. Didn't hit it. It is what it is. It's pretty unfortunate that this would work. It's with atrocity, but.
This is not our end, but theirs.
Do I just call it at that? Man, I want to keep playing. No, I'm gonna call the video here. Okay, guys. You know, unfortunately, the deck didn't go as planned. In testing, the small amount of testing I did, I tried all kinds of different variations, and Kindred just isn't good. So I don't really know what I'm going to be playing tomorrow, but I will try something new. While I'm at the bottom of Diamond, I'll mess around with some new concepts. But yeah, you know, whatever ends up making it to the final cut, just, you know, it didn't go well. So if I end up looking like I went, you know, 3-1 or 2-2 or whatever amount of games I end up keeping, just know that this deck was terrible. It didn't go well. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll try to have something more competitive, try to have something somewhat original. I think overall it was a win. I think my production quality has improved, and I'm going to continue to improve. So although this deck was a failure, I think it was a success today, as you know, I got some practice in and hopefully made a better video. I don't really have a sign out phrase. I don't know, T-dot out.